Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, has 10 children and will probably have more soon. So what's the lifestyle of the richest extended family on Earth? Elon Musk's kids have lived in quite a few majestic properties over the years. That includes a $17 million Bel Air mansion that sprawls over 20,248 square feet, with a total of 7 bedrooms and 13 bathrooms. As far as what's in it for the kids, this is a dream place for any kiddo who wants to go in the backyard and play. There's a huge pool, a tennis court, a gym, and so much more for a kid to do. Honestly, having this as the first home you know as a kid is probably setting you up for a lifetime of disappointment. Aside from all of the other great homes Elon got for his fam. For instance, there's his $6.75 million LA mansion that was just down the road. He never actually lived there, but it was a very important property for the kids. He actually used it as a schoolhouse for his own children and his employees. It was called Astra, and there'll be more on that later. This was actually Gene Wilder's house, so you just know Elon made all of his kids watch Willy Wonka, Young Frankenstein, and The Producers. Maybe not Blazing Saddles, though. Eventually, he sold the property back to the extended Wilder family for $7 million, though he chipped in $6.7 million to help it get back into the family. Their boomerang-shaped Brentwood mansion is my personal fave. It cost $3.7 million. Soft vistas, palm trees everywhere, and one of the prettiest pools ever, made for quite the getaway. I believe there's a good chance their Martian mansion will look a lot like this one, though the pool will obviously have to be indoors. Then there's their spacious $24 million mansion. When they were staying here, their dad had a portfolio of homes around LA that were collectively worth $70 million. Of course, that was a very long time ago. So when he vowed to own no home, I bet his kids were the ones who took it the hardest. The most quality time the kids get with Dad is when they make a trip. He said he's taken the kids to see the Great Wall of China among many other notable destinations around the globe. Of course, the Musks aren't exactly all packing themselves into coach. They ride around on a fancy private jet Musk uses for business trips. They fly around in a Gulfstream G650ER. This one goes for the huge price of $70 million. In fact, Musk loves this jet so much that even when he sold all of his homes and most of his possessions, he still kept the jet. It's likely a lot of that has to do with the fond memories he has hanging with his kids on it. He said many times that he does not travel unless he's got some kids on board. It's actually kind of sweet. If you ever want to know where his private jet is, there's actually a Twitter user who has been tracking it. He even refused an offer from Musk himself for thousands of dollars to stop. If you had the richest father in the world, the bar would be pretty high for what kind of gifts you'd expect. While we don't know exactly what he bought for his kids every single Christmas, we do know what he got his kid X. Yes, that's really their name. He admitted to buying his kid a ton of Dogecoin. This isn't surprising considering how passionate he is about this specific cryptocurrency. He even once tweeted that he believed it would become the currency of the entire Earth. So this is a big gift from him. Unfortunately, even when you're a multi-billion-dollar dad, you still use bad dad jokes. When he bought his kid crypto, he said that he wanted his kid to be a toddler hodler. That's a reference to HODL, which stands for hold on for dear life rather than sell. Not even all the money in the world can save us from nerdy dad jokes. What would you eat if you were the kid of the richest man in the world? Lobster every night? Your own private McDonald's? Vegetables that taste just like cheesecake? I think you might be surprised. One babysitter shared a 1 in a million story on TikTok. The kids she was babysitting had 3 extra kids come over for a sleepover. Turns out they were the Musk triplets, Kai, Saxon, and Damien. At first, they seemed like totally normal kiddos. They spent most of their time playing Mario Kart like in any proper slumber party. She then said that they had unusually health-conscious tastes for kids. She asked them where they wanted to eat, fully expecting to spoil them with junk food like any good babysitter would. Instead, the kids asked if they could eat at Whole Foods instead. She said that they were also strangely well behaved. So from this story, I think there's a 25% chance that all of his kids are secretly robots. If anybody would do that, it's probably Elon Musk. When it comes to quality time with Dad, it doesn't seem like he was always the best at it. In fact, he's gone on to say that when his kids were young, that he really didn't have much to do with them. But maybe when they were older, he would have more interest. That seems to have changed now because Elon is always talking about how much he likes to be a father. He actually has custody for about half the week. It seems like his favorite thing to do with them is play video games. The Musks are also big fans of games like BioShock, Super Smash Bros., Mass Effect, and Overwatch. Okay, before you even Google it, I already did for you. Musk's main in Smash Bros. Is Zero Suit Samus, which is shocking because he really seems like a Bowser kind of guy. As much as his kids love to play games, Musk said that his kids actually have a hobby they love even more. That would be reading. Knowing Musk, he probably made them read several of his favorites, including Lord of the Rings, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and Isaac Asimov's Foundation series. The Ad Astra Academy that several of his children went to was something of a passion project for Musk. This was a radical reinvention of school life. For Elon, his school was a nightmare. He was constantly bullied, hated classes, and was eager to be done with it forever. He did not want his kids to have that kind of relationship with learning. So his kids went to this school that grouped kids of all ages together and focused more on critical thinking and problem solving than just memorizing answers for a test. I mean, it's even been rumored that kids can just opt out of subjects they have no interest in. You don't like algebra, but you like science? Well, here's all the science classes you want, and no algebra for you. This is obviously a pretty controversial move, as it completely gets rid of grade point averages and test scores that most other schools revolve around. Time will tell if this school made the next generation of geniuses, or some overprivileged adults with an uneven education. One of Musk's kids actually told her incredibly rich father to hit the bricks when Musk's daughter, Vivian Jenna Wilson, legally changed her name and gender. She also ended all contact with her father. She specifically said she didn't want to be related to my biological father in any way, shape, or form. This isn't the first time she's made comments about her less than stellar relationship with Dad either. She stated publicly that she had what she described as a pretty weird childhood that clearly left her with quite a lot of resentment. So even in the richest household, things aren't always free Teslas and rainbows. Honestly though, this billionaire kid lifestyle does not prepare them to become princes of Mars, as is their destiny.